Welcome. Today, in this session, we are posing to ourselves as to how we shall index our understanding, comprehension, glimpsing of the values of the Vedic mathematics. For it, we shall pose to ourselves as that whether we are parallel with the feature of Vedic system of having parallel approach for knowledge as well as for organization of knowledge. Knowledge is inherently having its organization as its features. It is this value of the system which successfully has simultaneous chase of knowledge and organization of knowledge, which deserves to be comprehended well by us. We shall pose to ourselves as to whether we are successfully imbibing this value or not. For it, we shall pose to ourselves as to whether this comprehension is of perfect index value or the same yet is not of that perfection. The concrete illustration which one may have for oneself for appreciation and evaluation of this index will be that one shall take any scripture of Vedic family and then try to approach the knowledge of the scripture in terms of organization of the scripture itself. Today, we shall be posing this exercise for ourselves with the illustrative case of Adi Valmiki Ramayana. Adi Valmiki Ramayana is the source Vedic scripture. This scripture is preserving mathematics and science reach of Treta Yuga, all what human mind could comprehend and imbibe up till that point of time is well preserved here. Therefore, to have proper appreciation of this knowledge domain, we have to depend upon its organization. As we are in a cut-off period and as we have no other source which may be taken as the original source for interpretation of this scripture, so we have to depend upon the organization of Adi Valmiki Ramayana itself. On the computer screen are two tables. First organization table is enlisting the division of this scripture as 7 books, 7 kandas. The names are Balkanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranak Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, Sundar Kanda, Yudh Kanda, and Uttar Kanda. These kandas, each kanda is further organized as sargas, cantus, and then each cantu is organized as shlokas. In column 2 are tabulated the number of cantus in which these 7 kandas are organized, and then column 4 is tabulating the number of shlokas of each kanda. The sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with the knowledge and enlightenment of knowledge of Adi Valmiki Ramayana have to approach this scripture, this book, this domain in terms of its organization. So first Konda, Bal Konda, is to be approached as a knowledge domain which permits its organization as 77 parts cantus, and then those 77 cantus are being organized as 2,286 shlokas. These numbers as Sankhya will lead to yoga, and Sankhyanishta and Yoganishta together will lead us to Sthapatya, and Sthapatya will take us to Divya Parvaha, and then we will be ultimately at Jyoti manifestation. The second table is taking us a step further, and it is that each word formulation is being translated into transcendental code values. That means these formulations, which are composed in letters components, are being translated into their respective numbers values, the transcendental code values. So the second column of table 2 is enlisting the specific formulations, namely Adi, Valmiki, Ramayana, Kand, Sarg, Bal, Ayodhya, Aranak, Kishkinda, Sundar, Yudh, Uttar, and column 3 is tabulating their transcendental code values. So the word formulation Adi permits its translation as number value 10. Valmiki formulation gets translated as number value 30. The formulation Ramayana gets translated at 26. Kanda as 16. Sarg as 14. Therefore, the translation step facilitates and takes us within the knowledge domain of these scripture. So the formulations Adi, Valmiki, Ramayana, Kand, and Sarg, these 5 formulations are having the number values structural keys, and these are parallel with the transcendental code values of these formulations. From these number values, we will reach at Sthapatya and further steps would be taken. However, the first step is that these basic conceptual word formulations be translated into numbers. The translation of the word formulations of letters components are to be translated into the formulations of the numbers values. Therefore, the second step will become easy step, as the same is to be built upon this very foundation, and this foundation of the numbers values will straight away take us to Sthapatya, the geometric formats. Therefore, here today, we are demonstrating to ourselves as to how the organization of the scripture is to be availed for entry into these knowledge domains of the scriptures. Here, in case of Adi Valmiki Ramayana, we are, say, having the first 5 basic word formulations, namely Adi, Valmiki, Ramayana, Kand, and Sarg. And these, when are translated into their transcendental code values, namely as 10 for Adi, 30 for Valmiki, 26 for Ramayana, 16 for Kand, and 14 for Sarga. Then from here, a takeoff for this Sthapatya is going to be a very, very natural step, as value 10 will take us to the summation value of 4 folds of hypercube 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And value 30 will take us to the formulation of hypercube 8. Value 26 will take us to the formulation of hypercube 7. And value 16 will take us to the domain value of 6 space D6. Value 14 will take us to hypercube 4. Like that, we see that hypercube 4, hypercube 3, hypercube 8 are the formats which are emerging straight away. And once these geometric formats emerge, then the rest will naturally follow as the Vedic mathematics will take us to. But for the present, and as well as for every such exercise, one is to draw these tables. And these tabulations are going to be of inner intensity, as say in the context of Adi Valmiki Ramayana. The next organization feature which we will be taking up is that the king Dasharath and his wife Kaushalya are blessed with the son Rama, whose wife is Sita, and they are blessed with Love and Kush as their sons. Dasharath is blessed with the grandsons from his wife Kekai, his son Bharat. So like that, we can draw these 4 tables. And likewise, we will be having similar tables with respect to other lineage and other Purusha format personalities participation in this scripture and in other scriptures as well. Once we are having this, then we will reach at the transcendental core of the scripture, as it is a Ramayana, as it is about Rama. Therefore, Rama is the central core transcendental formulation. And so the word formulation Ram will take us to TC value 15, and the equivalent parallel formulations are Swara, Tej, and like that, a very large series of such formulations are available with us. And in terms of those formulations, we will be in a position to reach at the transcendental reach from the manifested reach of this formulation, this personality, and then Ram as Shri Ram, Ram as Ramaha, Ram having Sita as a wife, then Sita Ram and Shri Rama. These are just few adaptations of this very central formulation. And when we will have a look at the TC values for Ram at 15, for Shri Ram as 22, for Rama as 28, for Sita as 13, for Sita Ram as 28, for Shri Rama as 35. And then when we will be having a look at the parallel formulation, say for Shri Rama 35 as Parbrahm, Sita Ram as 28 as Brahm, Sita as 13 as Chit, the Rama as 28 Brahm, Shri Ram as 22 as Thapatya, hypercube 6, Rama as 15 as Tej. Then we will be having a blissful placement for proper entry into this particular domain. Such tabulation are to be extended, and this extension would mean that word formulation Ram, which is of TC value 15, is to be explored further for its inner folds. Each word formulation, and so Rama as a word formulation as well, is having 10 inner folds. This table on the computer screen in column 5 is tabulating the TC values of these particular stages of these folds. These come to be 1, 2, 4, 15, 42, 95, 56, 52, 115, 245. Then the next column gives the grand summation value up to these particular stages, and the total grand value comes to be 627. Now, these values, these 20 values, these 10 values of the folds, and 10 as the summation values, as such give us a very big range of the features formats of the formation ROM. This reach at value 627, then further from Anand Shahist 1000 as a deviation of 373 will take us to as to what is the foundation of these folds. And this foundation will come to be that 7 streams of flow from core of the sun, from 6 space, from Golok, from Vishnu Lok, is at the next phase and stage splits into pair of triple streams on the east and west. The central stream proceeds ahead. This as the format for these folds of this formulation will put us at firm foundation for being parallel with the organization of knowledge and the enlightenment of the knowledge itself. We can have explorations for all basic formulations, particularly here on the screen is being tabulated. These tenfold values of the formulation theta. And here we see that the grand summation value comes to be 553, which is just 2 less than 555. The Brahm Sutra Vedanta scripture. Vedanta is of the range of 555 shlokas. So 555 as domain, its dimension will be 553, which would mean the formulation theta, and it will further would mean theta as the core personality of Adi Valmiki Ramayana. This way, we see that Adi Valmiki Ramayana is an organized scripture, and the organization of this scripture is along the Sthapatya ring rod, which is having Lord Vishnu, overlord at 6 space, as the presiding deity of the Sthapatya ring rod, while Lord Brahma is the presiding deity of the mayor of the Sthapatya ring rod. Vasuki Nog is the presiding deity of the Mairing rope. This way, the organization of Adi Valmiki Ramayana as 7 Kandas scripture is having sequential Sthapatya Satta Adhar as of a Sthapatya Mairing rod. One is to sequentially visit this organization features, and for it one can take shelter of the organization of the Sthapatya Mairing rod as a synthetic setup of hypercubes 1 to 6, and as 7 space plays the role of origin of 6 space, and as there happens 7 streams flow. So it is this 7 streams of flow from orb of the sun, which is ultimately going to manifest here as Divya Jagat, the transcendental world. Here is just the manifestation of what flows from rays of the sun. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems shall be parallel with the organization of Adi Valmiki Ramayana, and once one will be parallel with the organization of Adi Valmiki Ramayana, one will be parallel with the way Jyoti flows as Tej within Prakash, within light, and then this light with its overflow of Tej of a Jyoti makes this mundane world as a Tejas Jagat. So Jagat, Tejas Jagat, Jyotir Jagat are the phases and stages through which this existence phenomenon is transiting and transforming itself, and parallel to it is going to be the existence phenomenon within human frame as a sthul sharir, mundane body, as suksham sharir, subtle body, and as karan sharir, the causal body. And then a step ahead, even the transcendence from the entire manifestation setup, and there will be an entry into the transcendental domain, will take us to the Antrik Jyoti. The Antar Jyoti, Bahir Lakshan, Madhya Pravaha are these phases and stages of the existence phenomenon within human frame. In the flow charts, 2 to 12 are being sequentially depicted the way the knowledge is unfolding its enlightenment within the scripture. Therefore, sadhakas are fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic systems, and further being fulfilled with intensity efforts to evaluate one's own index of imbibing of these values and features. One shall sequentially chase the organization of Adi Valmiki Ramayana parallel with distinct phases and stages of Sthapatya Miring Rod, and then to be within the knowledge domains of these seven khandas of Adi Valmiki Ramayana. These flow charts 1 to 13 are the basic flow charts which deserve to be comprehended well. One shall sit comfortably and to permit the transcending mind to be sequentially through these flow charts. And once one will be through these charts, then one will be having the bliss of being parallel with these foundational organization steps which give gateway entry for the knowledge domains of the respective khandas of Adi Valmiki Ramayana. It is like that one is to be parallel with these knowledge domains. Therefore, we can say that the unique success of Vedic systems is to have parallel flow of knowledge as well as of organization of knowledge. The Vedic family scriptures are fully honoring this feature of Vedic systems. As such, the structural key of each Vedic family scripture is lively in the organization of the scripture itself. Illustratively, Adi Valmiki Ramayana organization fully preserves the structural key for the values of the knowledge of this scripture. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel with Vedic systems shall sit comfortably and to permit the transcending mind to fully glimpse and to completely imbibe this feature and value of Vedic systems. Illustratively, when we shall be approaching for knowledge preserved here in Adi Valmiki Ramayana, we shall be looking towards its organization. The organization features like that of Adi Valmiki Ramayana being of seven khandas and each khanda being of particular range of sargas, and further each sarga being of a particular range of shlokas, the same as such when chased along the Sthapatya Miring rod as a unison system of Sankhya, Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha, one will be parallel with knowledge and the organization of knowledge, which will take from knowledge to the enlightenment of knowledge. Wish you best reach, sit comfortably, and permit the transcending mind to glimpse and abide these features. Thank you very much.